If you've got a pickup truck, you probably need a bed cover. And if you hate AI narrated videos as much as I do, you'll be glad to know there's an actual human behind this microphone. So unless you need your bed open 100%, such as if you have a toolbox here, a bed cover is one of the best mods for any truck. So what are the alternatives for a bed cover? First of all, there's the soft tonneau cover, which a lot of people start with. It's basically a vinyl or fabric cover which stretches over your bed. It's inexpensive. It's quick to install. You can usually do it within an hour or so. It's modestly weatherproof. It will keep rain and snow out of your truck bed. It is a quick and cheap way to keep your stuff out of the elements. If you want to protect your stuff in the truck bed, a soft tonneau cover will do that. So there's various forms of roll-up or attachments. So some of these will actually roll up. So you roll it back and then you Velcro it together as a bundle back here. Some just fold up. Now you're getting security by obscurity, so nobody can see into your truck bed. So that's one element of security. You're keeping it out of sight of thieves, but it is pretty easy to hack these things open. Just cut them open with a knife. You're in 15 seconds. It's safe from the weather, but not from thieves. So these are an okay option if you rarely carry anything of value in your bed. Cheapest option for a truck bed cover, but it won't fly if you carry valuables. Option number 2 is a retractable hard bed cover, like the back revolver. This actually rolls up in the back of your bed. Aluminum roll-up slats. So it's a hard roll-up cover. It supports up to 400 pounds of distributed weight. It's lockable, and I priced it at about $1,380 for my 6.5-foot bed. The next up is a Retrax Pro. So this one doesn't roll up, it actually slides in, and then there's a canister back here where it rolls up. So a lot of these are this disappearing bed cover. These are really cool. These are aluminum slats that roll up. It's simple, intuitive cover that quickly opens up. So you basically unlock it and slide the whole thing back in just seconds. It supports up to 500 pounds of distributed weight, and of course is lockable. So that's the Retrax Pro. And I priced it out at $2,100 for my truck. So there is a price to this convenience. The next one is the Paragon, and is frankly the one that I was about to get for my truck. It also has collapsing aluminum slats. It's a simple slide open system, so it's the same thing where you slide back in, you slide the cover back in, and then it contracts back into a storage container. It is lockable, and I priced it at about $1,700 for my 6.5-foot bed on my Ford F-150. So these are the best truck bed covers if you have the cheese. The only downside is if you need access to the entire bed, the unit must be removed. So what I'm saying here is that you can't access 100% of your bed. There will always be some part of the bed that is obscured because of the storage for these slats. And now we get into the clamshell hard bed covers. You've seen these things before. These are cool. So the whole thing lifts up. It's usually a one-piece fiberglass bed cover. It is the most aerodynamic bed cover. It also is usually color matched to your truck. It's lockable, so the whole thing just sort of folds open like that, right? And it can be an issue loading larger items where height is needed. So if you need access to the whole thing, you got to take the bed cover off. Like if you're loading a couch in there. I priced this at about $1,930 for my truck. So it's a good option if color matching is important to you and probably has the best weather resistance of the bunch. However, it has height limitations and they are expensive. Now we'll get into the next category, which is the trifold hard bed covers. And this one by Max Speeding Rods has 3 sections to it. So what it does is each section folds back onto the next. So there's 2 sections here, and then these 2 sections fold onto the third. These are usually made out of metal, and some type of honeycomb build to reduce the weight. It is a very strong bed cover. You could stand on top of these. It is lockable and accessible through the tailgate itself. So you don't open these up through the top. You have to open up the tailgate first, unlock the first section, and then you can access subsequent sections behind that. It folds up and out of the way for larger items. It can be removed entirely. So if you need access to the entire bed instead of just 2/3 of it, you'll have to remove the entire thing. But it can be done in about 5 minutes. This was about $502 for my truck through Max Speeding Rods, or $452 using the coupon, which I'll share with you later. So this hard trifold cover is the best alternative for me. Maybe not for you, but for me, it was the best alternative. So while it was not as cool and easy to operate as a sliding bed cover, this provides the security and weather resistance that I need at a modest price. Now, what about truck caps? So I'm not going to go into truck caps in this video. They are a whole different animal. So did I miss any bed cover categories between these four? Please let me know in the comments below what you ended up using and whether or not you still like it. Now let's do an installation video of the trifold cover from Max Speeding Rods. The first thing we're going to do is to get the unit out of the box. This is going to take you half of the time of the installation just due to the way that it's packed. Next, we're going to add the clip sockets. You'll see the point of what these things do in just a minute. Third thing is that we're going to take the front threshold of the bed cover and we're going to wipe it down with some alcohol, and then add this foam tape, which is going to help seal the threshold for the front of the bed cover. Next, we have to lift the bed cover to the front of the bed. I would recommend getting a helper with this. This is a very sturdy and substantial bed cover, so doing it solo is a little bit of a chore. Next thing we're going to do is to center it on the bed rails, and then we're going to mount it from the front. These are two fixed mounts. The hardest part about this process is actually holding the camera with one hand while doing this with the other. This is actually quite simple to do, and then adding a lock nut on it. These are the main mounts that keep the bed cover on the truck. Next thing we're going to do is to add the actual locking handles. There's 4 locking handles that clip into the rail on your bed and to lock it down. Now we're going to lock all the handles, close the tailgate, and then off we go. This whole process took maybe about 15 minutes to install this bed cover. Like I said, half that time was getting the unit out of the cardboard box and the packaging. It's a nice sleek look once it's installed. If you need to get the bed cover out of the way and carry some larger cargo, what you're going to do is unhook the 4 locking handles and then stow the cover on the top with those clips. I'll zoom in on the clip in a second here so you can see what I'm doing. That's the bed cover in the stowed position, and then here's a locking clip to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. If you're interested in this unit, go to maxspeedingrods.com. It's got a 10% site-wide coupon code of Fixed DIY. You don't even need to buy a cover there. You can buy anything on the site. I hope this helps. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next video.